This is Mungo Darkmatter, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters, I'm going to take an initial look at Age of Wushu, which is a new MMO, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's a pretty cool MMO, and it has great graphics on it. It's still in beta as of the filming of this video, but in about 10 or 12 days it's going to go live. But if you sign up for it now, you get a few bonuses, kind of a few online bonuses they give you in MMOs a lot of times. I think one of them is a mount and a few other things that will help you out and give you a little bit of a head start over people who sign up the day that it actually goes live. In the video description below this video, there's a link to where you can sign up for Age of Wushu. This is the beta right here. As I mentioned, I only had really one problem with this beta getting it started up. Initially, when I installed it, I got an error saying something about it can't copy a file. If you get that error, all you have to do to fix it is right-click on the icon and say Run as Administrator. And oddly, I think I was in as Administrator, but you still have to click Run as Administrator, and then it will start up Age of Wushu. It will run a patch and it will fix that problem, so the next time you start it up there shouldn't be a problem. At least that's the way it worked for me. Alright, so I'm going to create a character here and show you how to kind of start up this game, because it's a little more complex to start than some MMOs, or it's a little bit confusing, frankly, unless you take the tutorial. So I recommend you take the tutorial, and I'm going to show you where the tutorial is, and that will get you really started on the whole thing. Alright, so when you initially start out and you're going to create a character, you pick your storyline. There's 4 storylines here. You can go through all of them yourself when you get online and see which one you like the best. The one I'm going to pick is called The Nameless Sword, and it says, you once led the life of luxury and privilege. All that changed when a masked assassin destroyed your family. To avenge your kin, you assumed the identity of a humble martial arts disciple and started hunting for your enemies. But revenge is only the beginning. So that's the storyline we're going to follow. But in this initial video, I'm going to show you how to get started and get through the tutorial. And once you get through the tutorial, you will start the adventure. So I'm going to create a character. You can pick the way your character looks, and so first of all we're going to pick the face. I'm going to go with this face right here. You can also go into these kind of detailed buttons if you really want to mess with the way the character looks, so you can really fine-tune the character. Very nice graphics. I really like the graphics in this program. Let's go to hairstyle. I'm going to pick this hairstyle right here. You've got a couple to pick from down there. There's a button here, avatar. And I'm not sure what this button does. Maybe it doesn't do anything in the beta. I haven't been able to see any difference when I pick these different avatars yet. So I haven't really figured that out. The next icon is outfit, and pick this outfit right here. You've got a couple of outfits to choose from, and you can change your shoes too. I like those shoes. You can customize your trousers. And that's the top. So you have the top, the trousers, and the boots. So I'm going to go with this. You can either be male or female also. Let me go with hairstyle. Kind of reset everything. So let's go with this. Trousers. Shoes. with that. Alright, so that's how I'm going to set up my avatar. Let me enter the name here. Alright, so you can name the character whatever you want as long as the name isn't taken. And here are the initial settings on the character. You can't change these. These change as you go through your adventure. So we've got our initial character set up, and I'm going to go to play here. Be sure to read the dialogue boxes when you start this up, because they give you hints and stuff. A tutorial automatically kind of starts here at the beginning, as you'll see right here. If you look up in the right corner up here of the screen, there's this little book right here with a question mark. This is the tutorial. They call it an experience guide or whatever, and it will take you through some quests. It will walk you through some quests that will really help you to get started. So I highly recommend doing this tutorial, and that will get you through the game or get you started in the game, so you start to understand what's going on. Also, you earn various rewards when you're doing the tutorial. You can trade with people, but if you don't do the tutorial and start to do the parts of the tutorial, what will happen is you won't have anything to trade. You could actually not do the tutorial and go through it and find each of these little quests, but the tutorial really gets you going, so I highly recommend it. Otherwise, you're going to get kind of confused with it. And it's a really cool game, and so do the tutorial so you can give the game a really good chance. Alright, I'm going to click right here. It says to go to this guy, and if you click on here, he's going to find him automatically. You could go looking for him. This is called auto pathfinding, and when you do this in the game, it's kind of cool because a lot of the kind of grind MMOs that you do. Here he is. I'd like to learn martial arts. I agree. Now he's given me this guide, and I'm going to click on that. And then right down here, it shows me I can hit people basically by, and it goes through all this stuff about the game. So you should read through this. Now, if I go back up here to the right and click on this little book with the question mark, it says you have completed the experience guide. You now you can now do the internal skill guide. Your adventure will begin once you complete 6 more novice guides. So these are the guides, is what they are. So not really called the experience guide. I guess the experience guide was the first chapter in it. So if we close this and click on this one, it will tell us where to go next. Now we can look for this guy if we want, or we can click on this and he'll find him. So we're going to let him find the guy for us, the martial arts trainer, and we're going to start martial arts training. We step forward into where the school is for martial arts training, and we're going to go to this guy. And you're going to go through each one of these characters up here are going to teach you something. One of them teaches you defense. The other one teaches you how to break a defense, and the other one teaches you another fighting skill besides just punching. So you'll see these swords over top of the guy's head. That's the guy who you go to next. This little scroll up here will light up when you're supposed to go to him. So you go between these characters. I'm ready to begin. Oops. Alright, now you need to hold the right mouse button down and defend yourself. He'll try to hit you a couple of times. Now he's going to teach you another skill. He's going to give you a scroll. Left click on the scroll, then right click on the scroll, study the scroll. Then we're going to open the scroll again, and it's going to tell you to drop it right here. It's going to make you drop these skills in order as you're learning them, but you can move them around to whatever number that you want up here on this abilities row right here. And if you have like a Razer mouse that has multiple buttons on it, you can move them around to whatever corresponding button you would want on your mouse as well, which is kind of nice. We'll close that out. Oops, I wasn't quite ready there. Alright, I finished with the first guy. I'm going to go back to this guy and he'll say complete task. And you see the swords go over this guy. And so I'm going to learn from him how to break a defense. Alright, so you see the swords go up over this guy. That means I go to him next. He's going to show me how to break a defense. I'm kind of rushing through this because I've already been through it before. So take your time doing it and reading through it. That one works pretty good. Then we're going to go to this third guy. I'm going to move these around because I'd rather have these on the first three buttons and this buff on the fourth button. Oops. Alright, that's what I was supposed to do. That's the end of the first fighting lesson from the tutorial. You actually join a school later and will learn more from the school, and you'll learn more as you go up through different levels in the game. I wanted to give you a flavor of the tutorial and in the fighting lessons and how to fight in the game initially, just to show you what it was like. I plan on doing some more videos on Age of Wushu because I really like the game, and so I'm going to play it a while, see what it's like, and I'll show you other parts of the game and how it progresses. This is really just the first part where you learn how to play the game, and I wanted to give you a few tips and make sure you saw the tutorial at the very beginning. It kind of makes it a lot easier for you than if you kind of struggle through the game, unless some people do like to not use a tutorial and just run through the game themselves and try to figure things out. You could do that because all of these little quests here that are in the tutorial are there. The tutorial just kind of pulls you through them, which is kind of a nice feature of the game. Also, you know, a lot of MMOs have quests or tasks you have to do to get through them, and they'll show you kind of on the map and give you cues. They'll put question marks over people's heads, and they'll show you question marks on the map, and you run to it. This game will actually allow you sometimes to kind of auto find the next person, so you can like click on a link and it says this is the next person you have to go to. You can either find them or have the game auto take it to you, at least in the first part of the tutorial. That's what it's like. I'm assuming it's going to be like that in the rest of the game, which I will learn more about as I play it, of course, and I'll share that with you in future videos. I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy gaming.